Hey everyone, Doctor of Science stuff here on a beautiful day and breathing the fresh air. Ignore that part, we'll cut it out in post. But I wanted to talk today, do a video on air. Like, where did air come from? Why did they invent it? And it started, like, I'm talking tens of thousands of years ago, like before we were even things. Like, everything was a fish back then. Like, you heard all your life, like, people were just fish that crawled out of the ocean, right? And then they turned into monkeys. And that's true, except there's a part they don't tell you in all the books. But if you study the right ones, you do. So what happened was the fish started crawling out of the ocean. And, they're still breathing water, because even out of the ocean was still ocean. It made a lot of sense back then. It doesn't so much anymore, but just keep listening. And so they could still breathe when they were there. And then the fish started turning into monkeys, right? Except they got discouraged, because every time a fish turned into a monkey, it would drown. And they're like, well, that's not very good. And so they had to figure out how to keep the monkeys alive when the fish turned into them. And so they pulled some scuba gear out of like a shipwreck. And they put it on the monkey, and the monkey could breathe. And he was like, this is great, except I can't run very fast because of all the water. And so the fish got together, and they're like, well, what should we do? Let's drain the water, the ocean, out of part of the land. And then we'll just have the sky. And one's like, well, won't the sky touch the land? And the other one's like, no, the sky's the sky and the land's the land. And the first one's like, that's just circular reasoning. That you can't do that in an argument. So anyway, there was a lot of debate, and I think one might have got beat up. But they figured out we'll put a layer of air between the land and the sky, and that's what the monkeys breathe. And then the monkeys, bam, turned into us. And that's how it worked. Ask me anything. I'm the doctor of science stuff.